We are going to fix universe mode this year for WWE 2K24.
What?
Yes, that's right. Universe mode will be fixed, and at the end of this video, you will know everything you need to know. This is a step-by-step guide. Your calendar's fixed. Your superstars are fixed. Your rivalries are fixed. The matchmaking is fixed. Manager's fixed. Everything that is wrong with WWE 2K24 Universe mode will be fixed in this video, and it will be a guide for you to go through and make sure it works and you get as much fun as possible. WWE 2K24 Universe mode is kind of buggy at best, but it is a lot better than the previous versions of Universe mode we've had in years past.
Ain't this something?
So we are going to sit here and go through step by step how to fix Universe mode in WWE 2K24.
Right now on Beachbot.
If this is your first time on the channel, hey, how's it going? If this video helps you out, please consider hitting that like button. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any awesome fixes for WWE 2K24 or how to unlock anything in the game. Let's start this tutorial off on how to fix Universe mode right. Whether you have played all the games or you've never picked up a game before and this is your first WWE game, this is the perfect tutorial for you to start with. We will go through and show you step by step exactly how to set it up. We are going to start things off by creating a new universe mode. This fix will not work on a previous save. It has to work on a fresh start universe mode. So we're going to go in, and for everyone, let's pretend that you've never played before so that you make sure you don't miss out on any of the tiny details that you need. We're going to start things off and we're going to go to the new universe mode screen. Then we're going to pick save slot number 3, and I'll get to that in a minute why we're using number 3. We're going to load that up and we have a brand new universe mode, never been touched before, and that's exactly what we want. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the calendar screen, and once we go to the calendar screen, we're going to run into our first problem of why universe mode is not working this year. And you see this right here. There are 3 pay-per-views for this month, and that right there is a huge problem. The fact that there are 3 universe pay-per-views right here, or PLEs as we call them now, that is immediately a red flag. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go through the entire calendar and we're going to delete every one of these pay-per-views. Every single one of them, delete them. Once you have a clean slate and you have all the pay-per-views deleted, back out and go to the front screen. Then we are going to go back into the calendar. Now this is the next step that you need to take. Now that all of your pay-per-views are gone, you're going to go to Wednesday because there's not a show on Wednesday, and we're going to click major show. We're going to go in and add a major show. This doesn't need to be set up all the way for this to work. We will delete this show later, but this is how we start the process. So the first thing you need to do is you need at least 10 superstars on this brand to save it. So it can be any set of superstars, and we need at least 1 world championship. So you can pick any world championship that you want and go ahead and put that on the show. Once you have that show set up, it should look like you have your Wednesday show. Don't worry about putting logos or fixing any of that. Just have your Wednesday show. This is our dummy show.
And that's not an insult. That is just a fact of life. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is, now that you have that Wednesday show, we're going to go to SmackDown and we're going to delete it. Then we're going to move over to NXT and we're going to delete it. It has to be in that order. And then finally, Raw, we're going to go in and delete it. Once you do this, back out to the main screen. It will fast forward your universe mode 2 days to Wednesday, but that's okay. We'll get back to that in a little bit. Now that you've done that, your calendar is set up to be fixed. But the next step in this is to go to Superstars. We're going to go to the Edit Superstar screen, and this is where your rivalry system is not working. So we're going to go through and fix this by going through each and every individual Superstars, and you see where they have allies and enemies. or allies and rivals, you're going to go in and delete every one of these rivalries. Good news, if you played years past, the managers are not affected in this year's game like they were in 23. So if you watch the How to Fix Universe mode for 23, we had to go in and delete managers. We do not have to do that this year as a step. So you go in and you delete the allies and managers. Once you've done that and you have a completely clear slate, we're going to back out and go to title history or your title management. Right here is where you will vacate every title for every superstar. If you have them all unlocked, that's awesome. If you don't have them all unlocked yet, don't worry about it. It will not affect this year like it did in years past. Go through and delete all of your main champions and make sure every belt is vacant. Now, so far we have fixed the rivalry system, we have fixed the title system, and we have fixed the calendar, which means it's already looking better and will run better. So now we need to do the crazy setup of putting it all in so that it absolutely works. If you have any comments, comment down below what questions you have. And while you're down there, can you hit that like button for me as we move on to the next part of this? This is to set up your shows. Now, this is what you want to do for your pay-per-views and your shows. Now, to do this, you can have complete custom shows and it will not matter. If you want, your crazy ECW show or a WCW show, it does not matter from this point on. If you want the standard Raw, SmackDown, NXT to make it mirror television, you can do that too. But there are a few rules that will apply. If you're going to have a major show, make sure that you have a minor show attached to it if you have over 40 superstars on your roster. If you have under 40 superstars on your roster, then you do not need to have a minor show. It's completely optional. For the rivalry system and the rating system to work correctly, any show with over 40 superstars needs to have a minor show hooked to it. So what we'll go through here is set up your shows just the way you want. Now, I'm going to, for this example, set back up Raw, NXT, and SmackDown because I want the current product in my universe mode. However, while I'm showing you how to do this, apply this to your custom shows if you are taking that route. So once we have these shows set up, you will have the calendar of Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I personally make sure that I have a minor show connected to each of them because there's a lot of people on this roster this year and I want to use as many as possible. So my roster is going to be way bloated. So I want to make sure that I have a minor show for them all to go to. But now here's the hiccup here that will mess everything back up if you don't do this correctly, and that is your pay-per-view schedule. Just like in 2K23, the pay-per-views only work without destroying your rivalries and destroying your matchups is if you have them on the 4th and the 3rd weeks of the year, or of the week, month. Yeah, I'll get it right. You have it of the month. So on your 4th Sunday of the month, you want to have your one set of pay-per-views. If you're going to have an additional set of pay-per-views, for this example, I have Raw and SmackDown. They will have the Royal Rumble on the 4th Sunday, but on the 3rd Sunday, NXT will have a pay-per-view. For that, I will have NXT's own pay-per-view on the 3rd and 4th Sunday. I do not put pay-per-views on the 1st and the 2nd Sunday because it jacks up the rivalry system that has been added to this year's game. So if you can, to make sure it runs 100% smooth, always have your pay-per-views on the 3rd and 4th Saturday. Always have shows with over 40 roster members on a minor show as well. And then finally, your championships. Once you go back in, you're going to then assign the champions you want. If you create a custom show, if you're using custom titles, this is where you would add them back in. If you are mirroring WWE product, this is where you would put who you want your starting champions in universe mode to be. If this video has helped you at all, can you please hit that subscribe button, as we have several goals we are trying to get through this year to make this the greatest wrestling channel of all time and your go-to place for everything you could ever want to learn about this game. And only you can help me get there because I make this content for you. So thank you. Once we've gotten all of that done, then it is time to go back to the calendar. Once we've gone back to the calendar, we will go to that Wednesday show and delete it. Once you've deleted that Wednesday show, it will fast forward your calendar to the next day that you had a show set on. If you had a minor show set on Thursday, it would go there. If you did not and you had SmackDown on Friday, it will go there. For everything to configure and work correctly, it has to fast forward that time. I've tried several times to do it without fast forwarding time, but it must fast forward at least the first 3 days before Universe clicks in all of these changes that we've made. Now that you've gone through this and you have set it up exactly like this, you will have no issues with your universe mode that we've had for the years past, and it will work correctly and be fun for you. If this video is helping you out, please share this with the world, because I want as many players to know that universe can be as fun as possible. If you will just take a little bit of time out of your day and fix it, then it will absolutely work, and this tutorial is perfect for new beginners or longtime players. I want to make sure that everyone gets the most out of it, because it's a grappling game and we're supposed to have fun with it. It's unfortunate that we have to go through this. I agree with everyone typing those comments right now of we shouldn't have to do this. I agree, but I am thankful that we can do this and get the most fun out of it possible. But doing it this way, we have a 100% working universe, and the best thing about it is with this setup, it is patch proof. So if you are going through after they add patches after the game, or you're coming in later and watching this and we're already 7-8 patches in, it will still work. Also, when the new DLC drops or you're unlocking superstars, it's fine. Just add them to your roster as you would. Make sure that their allies and enemies are cleaned out before you do that, though, and add them to your show. And now, why did we save it on save slot 3? That's because before you go in and you start playing a game, if you will save this file and then go out of universe mode, then copy this to universe slot 1 or universe slot 2, you can now do whatever you want with this universe mode. And if you decide that you want to start over and do a new universe, you don't have to go through this whole process again. You can just delete save 1 or 2 that you were playing, copy over your save 3 to your save 1 file, and then you're right back where you started with a clean slate, ready to play the new universe mode that you have set up. Let me know in the comments below what questions you have or anything that you needed help with why we did this tutorial, and I hope this helps you out and make sure that you have an awesome time with WWE 2K24, because this game is something special. And if you're looking for more unlocks, like how to unlock anything in WWE 2K24, check out those videos right there. Remember, make life your beach, and we'll see you on the next video.